Hi everyone, this is a video that I wanted to do about what not to say to someone or a couple that are going through infertility. This is purely to be a video for advice, to send to someone who is maybe struggling with infertility, to help them understand or what to say to people, or if you know someone who's going through infertility and you want to help out and you're not quite sure what you should and should not be saying to them, then maybe this is helpful. Let me just start off by saying that I am not a professional or anything. I'm just someone who's gone through infertility, and these are some of the comments or things that people have said that, while I know they say it with love and they are genuinely concerned and care for your well-being, sometimes they're not helpful comments to say. And I wish that I had a video or something that I could give to people, especially people that are really close to me, to be able to say, look, this is not helpful to say to people. And you know what, for some people this might be, some of the things that I say they might not see as a problem. They might be fine with people asking them these questions or saying these things to them, but for me personally they were unhelpful things. So here we go. The first one is stop stressing. If you stop stressing about it and if you stop worrying about it, it will just happen, because stress is such a big part of pregnancy. Now this comment might be true, but it's not helpful. For a lot of couples, there are much more important things than the stress that is causing their infertility. For example, low sperm count, or sperm motility levels being low, or endometriosis, PCOS. There are many different reasons why a lady might not be getting pregnant, and telling her that her stress levels are the reason why she's not getting pregnant makes her feel even more guilty at the end of the month when she gets that negative pregnancy test. We all know that we shouldn't stress, and you know what, we stress about the fact that we're stressing and we wish that we wouldn't stress. It's like this never-ending awful cycle of stress. So saying to someone if they only stress less that they would get pregnant is not very helpful. The second thing is telling a couple, when they tell you that they are struggling with infertility things, is to say to them, we know a couple who are going through the same journey. Maybe you should call them. We can arrange a meeting to talk to them. Now, I find this unhelpful for a few reasons. First of all, infertility is a really personal struggle that a couple is going through. And I don't want to be talking to strangers about my own fertility issues. It's personal. It's very personal. It's struggles that my husband and I are going through, and I don't want to share with people that I don't know. Just because we both have infertility issues does not mean that their journey is going to be the same as mine. What I find helpful is rather to watch YouTube videos of ladies that are going through infertility, because it's not evasive. It's not about me. It's not my journey that I have to go and share with a complete stranger, but I'm able to understand someone who is talking through the issues themselves. And so telling me to go and talk to someone who's struggled with the same thing tells me that, one, maybe you don't actually want to walk the journey with me, and that might not be the case, but that is how it comes across. And two, I don't want to talk to a stranger about my infertility. Sorry, my dog. He's being a bit of a sook today. No, he wants my love all the time. Okay, so that's the next thing. The third thing that's really unhelpful is when you tell someone, oh, you know, so-and-so went through this treatment and then they had a baby naturally. Or so-and-so adopted and now they're pregnant naturally and now they had their baby. Or they've done fostering or something along those lines. I don't find that helpful, because there's a lot of people that have gotten pregnant through IVF, and there are a lot of people that have never had a baby naturally after adopting or fostering. And to say to someone that it almost implies that if those people had only waited a little bit longer, they would have had their baby naturally. I think it's great that people foster and adopt babies and go through IVF and have babies and then have babies naturally, because they might have never ever had that child, the foster child or the adopted child, if they hadn't gone through their infertility. And that child doesn't make them any less not their own child. They will love that baby just the same. So I don't find that kind of comment very helpful. Now, I've never had this said to me because I'm still young. I'm 28. I keep forgetting if I'm 27 or 28. I think I'm 28. But for ladies who are a bit older, they might get this comment. You better hurry up because you're running out of time. And that's maybe for someone who doesn't know their fertility issues. That is a bit unhelpful. And that's something that maybe I've said in the past to couples that I've learnt is not okay to say to people. Telling people that their clock is running out. You don't know what issues they've had, how long they might have been trying for, or whether they've had miscarriages and what that kind of comment brings up for them. So just being a bit more sensitive to couples that don't have children and what that might mean for them. It might not be a choice of theirs to not have kids. Asking people what the problem is, whether it's you or your husband. If we're not really close, it's not okay to ask that question. I don't want to talk about my husband's sperm or about my eggs or something like that. That's really personal question to ask someone. Because the other thing is that it's almost putting blame onto the one person for why you can't get pregnant. My husband and I have never seen it being one person's problem, one person's issue. We do this together. It's our issue that we carry together. We don't play the blame game. And it doesn't help when we have those kind of questions that imply that someone's in the wrong. When you don't tell someone that you're pregnant because you're scared of how they're going to react because of their infertility, tell them. Don't do it in a big group. Don't post it on Facebook and just hope that they'll be okay with it. If they're close to you, if they mean something to you, either private message them on Facebook or send them an email so that they have time to process it. But don't leave the announcement until everyone else gets to hear. If they mean something to you, if you have a couple who is infertile that are important to you, let them know before you let the rest of the world know. Give them a chance to process it, because trust me, they are so happy for you. They're over the moon for you, but it still is hard for them because they realize that they are not there. So love them a little bit and let them know. So those are some of the fertility things not to say to an infertile couple. I hope that this was helpful. I'm sure there's some that I haven't covered, and maybe there's some that you've heard that you just think that was not a helpful thing to say. Maybe put it in the comments below, or do your own YouTube video. I think it'd be cool to spread the word to people, because there's Charlie. Lots of people have infertility, and couples that you won't even know about. It'd be cool to be able to spread more about what is the right and wrong things to say to someone who is struggling with this. Until next time, see ya.